Oh, you know, I really liked how you said rectal exam digitally. Rectal exam. Done digitally.
Okay. And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Cornelick.
Guys from KingsCast here.
That's right, Chris Kalzewski is on vacation in Colorado. Crazy, I know. And we have Dr. KingsCast with you. We are substituting the beardless for the bearded.
That's right, Keith. Today we're going to talk about the Kings' most recent road trip, a comment on Movember, and Marco Sturm's recent performance.
That's right, it is episode number 83 entitled, Not Too Shabby. Last episode with Kalzewski, by the way, representing here with the little skull cap, didn't have time to grow the beard. That's it, alright. We had games against Edmonton, Anaheim, and San Jose. Edmonton game, a little shaky. We did win it. Going into the shootout, a very long shootout. When you go against Edmonton, you kind of expect to, you know, sort of blow them out. We didn't, you know.
So the Ducks games, the Anaheim fans weren't out. You know, I had some interesting Ducks fans behind me. I gotta ask you, is it quarters or periods, Keith?
There are 3 quarters in every hockey game.
It is 3 quarters, because that's what they were saying. Okay, I see. Now, there's also icing on power plays, right? Because they were making sure that I heard that very clearly, right?
Yeah, definitely icing on power plays. Yeah.
And then why do they get penalties for fighting majors? I don't understand that at all.
Well, you do know it's 5 minutes, right?
No. Is it?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes for fighting. Anaheim Ducks fans, you really kind of suck. And, you know, sitting behind us the other night, so really uneducated about the whole situation, but that's what happens when you're going to games in khakis.
I mean, you know, you got your Disneyland season passes. I understand they come with some free Ducks tickets. Keep your mouth shut when you're in my section.
Absolutely. You can't come up to the 300s and not know anything about hockey. So coming into tonight, second of our back-to-back games, we're playing San Jose in San Jose, and I was really not expecting a win. I was hoping we would. It's a huge divisional game against the San Jose Sharks, who, you know, do kind of own us from time to time. And it started off as a goaltending duel. Let me just say, Antoniemi looked like Patrick Waugh.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, countless opportunities in the first period. Nothing was going in. Second period, back and forth. The game looks very competitive. Nothing on the score sheet. Third period, within a few minutes, everything was going right. Fantastic.
Yeah, Antoniemi went from Patrick Waugh to Dan Cloutier from the second and third period. I don't know what the hell happened, but we had goals from Trevor Lewis off of a beautiful pass from Brad Richardson.
Talk about not quitting on a play. The guy goes down, the puck stays at his feet, he gets back up. Nice little pass, little one-timer.
Absolutely. Now I want to talk about the goal of the game, and that was from Dustin Brown off of a pass from Anze Kopitar, but this wasn't just a pass. This was a lob over everyone that just caught it right before it hit the blue line. Dustin Brown goes in and gets a sweet goal. I mean, let's talk about the chemistry here just for a second of Dustin Brown and Anze Kopitar reading each other. It's like they met each other on eHarmony.
So 6 points last 3 games. Can't complain about that too much.
No.
Let's talk about Marco Sturm. I mean, the guy's coming off major knee surgery. Had his ACL completely redone. The year before that, he had his other knee blown out. Luckily, it's not a recurring injury, right?
Hopefully.
But both knees are kind of shaky now. The guy's playing with fantastic speed. He's definitely a skill player, really filling that left wing spot better than some other options we've had in the past, for sure.
Scott Parse for 1, Teddy Purcell for number 2. I really like Marco Sturm's play, Mike. I think that he really had, and he's really got the character too. You watch him in the last few games, the way how excited he is at the goals and the fights, and I mean, this is not a dick in the locker room, that's for sure. He's definitely someone that Dean Lombardi you know, originally drafted and brought in, but really liking his play. Tonight he had a goal. It was a softie, definitely, for Antoniemi. I mean, it was one of the slowest shots I've ever seen. But that said, he did contribute, and I really think that he's a steal with a 7th round conditional draft pick.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you trade his $3 million salary for Braden Schen's $3 million salary. That's a debate that can go back and forth, but I mean, the guy's producing, so you can't complain.
Yeah, I think the worst problem that we're going to have is that we're going to have to give contracts to Justin Williams and Marco Sturm at the end of the year.
And Honsus too, from the looks of it. Everybody's playing pretty solid.
Had a lot of assists tonight, absolutely. So a lot to be thankful for. Now, let's move on into a more serious subject. As you know, we just got out of Movember, and I really don't know what that means or why people were growing mustaches, other than it just looks a little creepy. But we do have some clarification on that. Here to talk about Movember is Dr. KingsCast.
KingsCast with you here in this holiday season to talk to you about Movember. Now you may remember Sidney Crosby and Drew Doughty growing those goofy mustaches in November. That was actually to promote men's health, specifically prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer in men, and it's recommended that every man at the age of 40 receive a rectal exam digitally. Now you may be thinking, digital, great, some sort of fancy imaging. No, it's actually this. It's uncomfortable for everyone involved, but ask your doctor for one anyway. It may just save your life. Happy holidays.
You know, Dr. KingsCast, I really feel like you did kind of put a finger on the situation.
You know, I appreciate that, Keith. You know, one of the things they teach you in medical school, they really impress upon you the importance of using a quality lubricant. It really, you know, improves the experience, I find. So Kings fans, we got a away game on Wednesday against Phoenix. We're back home on Thursday against the Flyers, and then we have the Sharks again on New Year's Day.
So look forward to that. We will be right back at you in about a week or so. Thank you, Dr. KingsCast, for joining us once again. I had to sort of lower the camera angle because he's so tall. I mean, I look short, which is bizarre. I never look short. Anyway, that said, I'm Keith Corlick.
I'm Dr. KingsCast.
And thanks for watching Overtime by KingsCast.